Hi there everyone. In today's Matplotlib tutorial, we'll be talking about adding texts and annotations to our plots in Matplotlib. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. It can be often helpful to include some text and annotation in our data visualizations to better tell the story behind our graphs and plots, whether to explain a certain point or to emphasize a certain detail. So let's import the NumPy package as MP and the pyplot module of the Matplotlib package as PLT. We'll be talking about two types of texts in Matplotlib in this video. The first is just simple text. The second of which is actually annotations, which we'll talk about in a second. To add some text somewhere on our plot, we can use the pyplot.text function, which takes the following parameters: x, which is the x coordinate of the text, and y, which is the y coordinate of the text. And then we have s, which is the string, the actual text that we want to display on our graph. Here we create a plot of a downward facing parabola, and we add this text right here. So plt.text at x is equal to 0, y is at -10, and the text says a parabola. And then we just show the graph using plt.show, and we get this thing right here. Let's take a look at the coordinate position. So we have 0, -10. The x position is 0, and the y position is -10. So this will go to this point right about here, where this A is. Now, you will notice that the text right here is not centered at this point. It's actually aligned to the right of this point right here. The text itself is left aligned. So we can change the alignment of our text by passing in the parameters horizontal alignment and vertical alignment. So here we create a side-by-side layout of two subplots as we discussed in the previous video. So plt.subplot 1, 2, 1. So one row, two columns, and we're taking a look at the first subplot. And then we have the second subplot. We have two very simple linear graphs. And what we do is in the first graph, the one on the left, we'll have a text at 1, 1 with the text positive slope. Now you'll notice that it is still left aligned because we didn't pass in any other parameters. On the second graph to the right, the second subplot, at the same position, you'll notice that the text is center aligned both horizontally and vertically at the point 1, 1. So that is caused by the center, or the horizontal alignment is equal to center, and vertical alignment is also equal to center. We can also change other properties of our texts like size, color, rotation, font family, etc. So here we are going to, let's take a look. So we have the following function calls to the plt.text function at a few points along the horizontal. So let's take a look at the actual plot. So we can see we can change font size to XX large, color is equal to red, rotation is 60 degrees, font family is equal to Georgia, alpha, the transparency value, is equal to 0.2. And you can see we have these customizations shown on this graph. The second type of text is called annotations. Now, this is very similar to the text that we just talked about, but it gives us the option of having an arrow that points to another point on the graph. So if we want to emphasize the significance of a point on our graph, what we can do is we can call plt.annotate. We pass in the text that we want to display, the xy coordinates of our annotated point. This is the point that we're trying to annotate. This is the point that the arrow is going to point to. XY text is going to be the coordinates of the text. Arrow props is going to be the properties of our arrow. This is optional. So let's take a look at this code right here. plt.plot. We have a plot, a downward sloping or downward facing parabola once again. And we're annotating the maximum value of this parabola. So we're saying maximum of f of x is equal to x squared. xy is equal to 0, 0. This is the point that we're annotating. So this is the point that we're trying to annotate. This is the point of significance. XY text, on the other hand, this is where our text is going to live. It's right here. Horizontal alignment is equal to center, so it's going to be this point right about here. You can see that is indeed -1, comma, -15. Arrow props is going to be a dictionary, which we can pass in values such as arrow style is equal to dash and then the greater than sign. This looks kind of like an arrow. Now you can take a look at other customizations to annotations, which you can find on this link, which will also be linked in the description below. And that is how you can use texts and annotations to add value and add some more information to your data visualizations in Matplotlib. And that's it for this video on adding texts and annotations to our plots in Matplotlib. If you found this video to be helpful, please consider supporting this channel by subscribing and liking this video. With that said, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in future programming tutorials.